It's the Daily Dog.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Daily Doug. Thanks for being with me today. So today is going to be a little bit of a different type of reaction video. This will be a follow-up to a previous reaction that I have done. And it's not because I think I missed a whole lot, it's because I did the wrong damn piece, y'all. So, and I have to rectify this. I have to go back and actually respond and react to the right piece. So a little bit of background. A week ago today, last Thursday, I did my first ever reaction to a piece by Yngwie Malmsteen, great guitar player. Many people on the YouTube channel have been asking me to review and react to one of his pieces for several weeks. And this Icarus Dream Suite from his Opus 4 was the song that was most requested. So I looked into it. I did the background information on it. I looked up that it's kind of based on this older Baroque piece by Albinoni. And we even got into a little bit of interesting background with the authorship on that. Check out the previous video. The background information still applies. The problem is, when I got to the actual video, it was a video of Malmsteen playing this piece live with the Japanese Philharmonic. The problem was the uploader of that video mislabeled the piece. So the piece that I actually reacted to was Malmsteen's Fanfare, Icarus Fanfare from his Opus 1, not the Icarus Dream Suite from Opus 4. Maybe he should have fewer pieces with the name Icarus in it. It would be a lot easier for people like me. But so the problem is I reacted to the wrong piece. I think it's based on some similar themes. It's got some similar styles or chord progressions or inspiration, but it's a different overall piece. People see comment after comment on the video saying, nice video. That's not the piece you thought it was. So today we're going to rectify that. I'm going to be reacting to the actual Icarus Dream Suite Opus 4. This is from Rising Force, the studio album. What everybody told me I should have done in the first place anyway. So we're going to get right to it. If you do want to go back and look at the previous video, for the background into this, I encourage you to do so. I'm not going to recreate that now. We're going to get right to this particular song and see what it's actually supposed to sound like. Okay? So, Icarus's Dream Suite from Yngwie Malmsteen, the studio recording from Rising Force. Ready? Here we go. So just like the previous one, E-flat minor, I do know about the whole tuning down thing. A bunch of people have said that, or mentioned that he likes to tune his guitar down from the E bass tuning to E-flat bass tuning. So yeah, E-flat minor is the key. There's that progression from the Adagio. That minor one chord turns into a major one chord that leads us to the 4. And that sets up this descending fifth sequence that takes us through sort of a stroll through all of these diatonic chords. Except he used flat 2. That was cool. The Neapolitan chord. cadential pattern over B flat, and then a nice resolution to E flat minor. Notice he's got slower notes. He's not trying to be as, at least so far, as virtuosic as I heard in the other piece, which again isn't the same piece. This is cool. Wasn't expecting an acoustic in this, like this. Still E flat minor, G flat, F, D flat, melodically. Ba, 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 G flat, F, D flat, over that static tonic chord. There's the melody again, lovely. Love the piano in the background filling in. I wish that was higher in the mix. This sounds so 80s. I feel like this is like from the Top Gun soundtrack, which is not a bad reaction. I loved that movie as a kid. Lovely melody. A little bit of everything. You had a harpsichord in there for a second. Even though there's not really an orchestra here, this is still an odd listen because it's taking this metal style. Oh, that's 7 diminished to 5 to 5. Cool. So he's doing, like, there's some really cool Baroque style chords in here, classical or Western art music progressions with some secondary dominance and the whole thing, as they're being functionally used, which I see happen less and less in prog music. Things that chords actually sing functionally versus just colorfully. Heavy section. He landed in a different key. Boy, that was sneaky. Y'all hear that? If I go back, you'll hear it's in a different key than where he had been. He landed in D flat minor. Ew. Maybe I should call it C sharp minor. Went down a step. How did he do that? I must have been talking and missed it. And I'll say, yeah, sirs, you're right. Let me go back a little bit. Hang on a second. Back to about the 6-minute mark. Yeah, E flat, to A flat minor, to D flat. There it is. There it is. Okay. I think I know what he's doing. This is a descending fifth sequence, right? This is something we talked about in the last video. A descending fifth sequence is a chord progression where the roots of the chords are all descending by fifth, right? So it's like going around the circle of fifths. The cool thing is you can just take a tour of all of the chords that are available to you in that particular key and keep going, or because each of them is a fifth relationship, you can treat each of those individual chord movements as a 5-to-1 in any new key. So you have any option to get off of the circle at any time and go off in a new direction. The thing that he did here, this is he was an E flat minor. He went from the E flat chord, turned it into an E flat major chord, which made it 5 of 4, goes to A flat minor, the 4 chord. Cool. Then we go to the 7 chord, the D flat chord, which is a D flat major chord. The thing that he does is he moves that chord up by minor third to an E or F flat, right? I'm going to say E because we're going to start thinking about this in C sharp minor. And that changes the quality of that D flat, or sorry, I should say the C sharp chord from a major chord to a minor chord, and then it has an E in it, and it changes that up, and then you can keep doing some of the progressions, and it's, if you don't catch it, you go right by it, and he ended up cadencing in C sharp instead of E flat. I'll back up a little bit more. I want to hear that again. This is the most interesting thing about this piece that I've heard. Up to there. It goes La, Sol, A to G sharp, and then up to C sharp. And we're in C sharp minor. Cool. It's a closely related key. Shares a lot of the same notes. It's just really sneaky how he did that. Or harpsichord. This is very cool. I like it. It's very tastefully done. It is strange from my ears to hear still this sort of Baroque little lament being mashed up with late 20th century, 21st century instruments, electric guitar, and just everything sort of mashing together. This is all just one chord, that C sharp chord. Is this going to play us out? I think it will. Well, that fixes that, I think. I mean, the other piece had some of the same theme in it. So, like, I don't feel so bad that I didn't realize that I was listening to the wrong piece, because they are related a little bit. So, sorry to all of you who listened to that entire thing. Actually, the original video that I did a week ago today is my fastest and best viewed video that I've ever released. It's got like 140,000 views in 7 days. So I really felt the need to go back and correct the record and do the piece that I said I was going to do, and correct the record, because I feel an obligation to all of the YouTube subscribers and people who have viewed the video, so that I make sure that I'm giving you an accurate depiction of what I'm doing. I did go on my community tab and I asked people, should I bother with doing this real version of this piece, or should I just go on? And actually, most people said just go on, it's fine. But I just couldn't leave it alone. And so we did this today. I promise we're going to get to more Yngwie, I think, next week. I've got Black Star and Far Beyond the Sun on the list so far. If there are other pieces by Yngwie that you would like to suggest, please leave those in the comments. Also, let me know if I need to stick with the studio albums, or if there are live versions of his pieces that measure up and would be good for us to include on the channel. Okay, I feel a lot better now that I've done that. I feel like we've closed the loop on this. Thank you to Yngwie for his wonderful music, and to all of you for not telling me that I'm a moron and actually trying to help. So I appreciate all of that. So thanks, and we'll see you tomorrow for another edition of the Daily Doug.